Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. I hope everyone is enjoying their day. Please subscribe and like the video before continuing. The Young and the Restless spoilers. Monday, February 20th, Devon's lawyers up, Heather's warning, Victoria blindsided. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, February 20th reveal that Devon Hamilton, Bryton James, lawyers up. Heather Stevens, Vale Bloom, issues a warning to Daniel Romalotti Jr., Michael Graziade. Plus, Victoria Newman, Amelia Heinley, is blindsided by a business move. Keep reading to find out what is coming up in the CBS soap opera. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Devon Hamilton's lawsuit. Y&R spoilers for Monday, February 20th reveal that Devon will request a meeting with Christine Williams, Laura Lee Bell. Fans know that Devon is gearing up to battle Chancellor Winters in court. That means going up against Jill Abbott, Jess Walton, and Lily Winters, Crystal Khalil. Devon will meet with Christine to talk about his legal battle. What will Christine tell Devon? What does this mean for Christine's other relationships? It could be a conflict of interest and create some messy dynamics. Heather's warning to Daniel is probably regarding Lucy. What does this mean for Daniel's future? The Young and the Restless spoilers, Devon Hamilton's lawsuit. Genoa City is about to be rocked to its core as Devon Hamilton finds himself at the center of one of the most explosive legal battles the Newman, Abbott, and Chancellor families have ever seen. What started as a disagreement over business control and personal betrayal has spiraled into a full-blown lawsuit that threatens to destroy relationships, expose hidden secrets, and change the power dynamics of the city forever. Devon has always been known as one of the more level-headed citizens of Genoa City, a man of principle and deep family loyalty. But when loyalty is tested and trust is shattered, even the calmest soul can erupt, and Devon's upcoming legal war is proof of that. After months of internal conflict at Chancellor Winters, rumors of financial manipulation, and hidden agendas, Devon has finally decided to take matters into his own hands, filing a shocking lawsuit that has left everyone reeling. According to insiders, this case is not just about business, it's about betrayal, pride, and long-simmering resentment that's been building behind closed doors for far too long. The lawsuit pits Devon against some of the very people he once considered family, including Lily Winters and Billy Abbott. The strain between them has been growing for months, and it seems this latest development is the breaking point. Devon believes he's been wronged, that his vision for Chancellor Winters has been undermined and manipulated by those who claim to have his back. Lily, however, insists that Devon's ego has clouded his judgment, accusing him of putting personal grudges above what's best for the company. Billy, ever the opportunist, seems to be playing both sides, offering support to Lily in public while secretly exploring how he might come out on top once the dust settles. Meanwhile, Jill Abbott is doing everything in her power to prevent this family feud from going public, but the damage may already be done. What's truly shocking, though, is that Devon's lawsuit may not just focus on corporate disputes. According to whispers making their way through the halls of Chancellor Winters, there are deeper accusations involved, claims of breach of fiduciary duty, falsified documents, and possibly even embezzlement. If Devon's legal team can prove that internal corruption has been taking place under Lily or Billy's watch, it could completely implode the company from the inside. And if Devon loses, his entire fortune and reputation could be wiped out. This is more than just business, it's personal. Devon's motives, however, are not purely financial. Sources close to him reveal that his emotions are running high after months of tension with family and friends, particularly with Lily, who has always been his anchor. Their bond has survived tragedy, betrayal, and even death, but this lawsuit might be the one thing that tears them apart for good. Devon feels cornered, believing that the only way to protect what's rightfully his is to take a stand, even if it means going up against those he loves most. But Lily sees it differently. She's convinced Devon is being manipulated by outside forces, perhaps someone with their own agenda, someone like Tucker McCall. Devon's complicated relationship with his father has always been a sore spot, and Tucker has been whispering in his son's ear, fueling his suspicions and pushing him to act decisively. Could this lawsuit be Tucker's way of regaining control over Devon's life and, by extension, the entire Chancellor Winters empire? It wouldn't be the first time Tucker used emotional manipulation to get what he wants. Behind the scenes, Tucker's motives are murky at best. Some say he wants to use Devon's lawsuit to weaken the company so he can swoop in and buy it out at a discount. Others believe he genuinely wants to see his son rise to power and reclaim the Hamilton legacy. Whatever the truth, Tucker's involvement ensures that this legal drama will be anything but straightforward. And while Devon wages his war in the courtroom, Amanda Sinclair may be making her long-awaited return to Genoa City to represent one of the parties involved. The former powerhouse attorney and Devon's ex-lover could bring a storm of emotions to the courtroom, especially if she ends up facing Devon across the aisle. Their romantic past, combined with their shared professional history, could make the proceedings deeply personal. Imagine Amanda stepping back into Devon's orbit, confronting the man who once broke her heart, now standing accused, or accuser, in one of the biggest legal showdowns in the show's history. Fans can expect tension, tears, and explosive cross-examinations when Amanda takes the stand. Adding another layer to the chaos, Abby Newman is caught in the middle. As Devon's partner and the mother of his child, Abby's loyalties are split between her family name and her love for Devon. The Newman family will undoubtedly pressure her to stay neutral, but Abby's heart says otherwise. She's fiercely protective of Devon and won't stand by while others try to destroy him. However, her involvement may come at a heavy price, especially if Victor Newman decides that Devon's lawsuit threatens Newman Chancellor interests. And when Victor Newman feels threatened, war is never far behind. It wouldn't be surprising if Victor decides to step into the situation personally. After all, he's never one to sit on the sidelines when a family member is involved in a scandal. The lawsuit could become a catalyst for yet another Newman power play, with Victor pulling strings behind the scenes to protect both Abby and the company. If Victor gets involved, Devon might find himself facing not just a legal battle, but a corporate war against the most ruthless businessmen in Genoa City. The fallout from Devon's lawsuit promises to be massive. Alliances will crumble, old wounds will reopen, and family loyalty will be tested like never before. Even Nate Hastings, Devon's cousin and longtime rival, might find himself dragged into the drama. While the two men have tried to mend fences, this legal firestorm could reignite their old animosity, especially if Nate is called to testify. Nate has always been ambitious, and if he sees an opportunity to climb the corporate ladder amidst Devon's chaos, he might not hesitate to take it. And what about the legacy of Neil Winters? Both Devon and Lily have fought hard to honor their father's memory through Chancellor Winters, but this lawsuit threatens to tarnish everything Neil stood for. The emotional toll of this family implosion could haunt them for years. Viewers can expect raw, emotional scenes as Devon struggles with guilt and self-doubt, questioning whether he's truly fighting for justice, or just revenge. As the trial unfolds, new evidence and shocking testimonies will surface, revealing betrayals that no one saw coming. Hidden emails, secret recordings, and corporate espionage could all come into play, ensuring that this storyline remains unpredictable until the very end. And just when it seems Devon might win, a last-minute twist could change everything. Rumors hint that a surprise witness could take the stand, someone with damning information that could clear one side and destroy the other. Could it be Jill? Amanda? Or even Tucker turning against his own son? Whatever happens, this storyline is shaping up to be one of the most intense and emotional arcs The Young and the Restless has delivered in years. In the end, the lawsuit will force Devon to confront who he really is. Is he a man of integrity standing up for what's right, or has he become the very thing he despises, a corporate shark willing to sacrifice family for power? The verdict may decide more than just control of Chancellor Winters, it could decide the future of Devon's soul, his family, and his legacy in Genoa City. One thing's for sure, when the gavel falls, nothing will ever be the same again. The Young and the Restless spoilers, Victoria Newman blindsided. The Young and the Restless spoilers for Monday, February 20th reveal that Victoria will be blindsided by a business move. In the weekly preview clip, Victoria tells Victor Newman, Eric Bryton, that someone beat them to acquiring Tucker McCall's, Trevor St. John, company. Could the person be someone nobody expects, such as Ashley Abbott, Eileen Davidson? The Young and the Restless spoilers. Victoria Newman blindsided Genoa City is about to witness one of its most shocking shakeups yet as Victoria Newman finds herself completely blindsided by an unexpected betrayal that sends her world spiraling out of control. The poised, confident CEO who has always prided herself on being 2 steps ahead suddenly finds herself cornered, with her power, her family, and her heart all under siege. The woman who built her empire on strength and strategy may now face her greatest downfall yet, and the people responsible might just be those she trusted most. For months, Victoria has been walking a tightrope between her duties at Newman Enterprises and the chaos of her personal life. After the collapse of her relationship with Nate Hastings, she thought she had regained her footing. She put her emotions aside and dove back into her role as the powerhouse Newman heiress, determined to restore her family's legacy and keep her company thriving. But the latest twist in her story proves that even Victoria Newman, the queen of control, can be caught off guard. The trouble begins when Victor Newman, the ever-calculating patriarch, makes a sudden and bold move that leaves Victoria reeling. Without warning, Victor announces sweeping changes at Newman Enterprises, restructuring the company, reassigning key executives, and consolidating power in a way that undermines Victoria's authority. She's blindsided in front of the entire executive team, left struggling to maintain her composure as her father effectively clips her wings. For Victoria, who's fought tooth and nail to prove herself as a capable leader independent of Victor's influence, this betrayal cuts deeper than any corporate maneuver. She's not just angry, she's devastated. Victor insists that his decision is for the good of the company, claiming that recent mistakes in leadership have weakened Newman Enterprises. But Victoria sees through his justification. To her, this is yet another example of her father's inability to let go of control, to trust that his daughter can steer the ship without his constant interference. However, there's a twist that Victoria doesn't see coming. Victor's move may have been triggered by information she doesn't yet know. Behind closed doors, whispers have been circulating about a potential internal leak at Newman Enterprises. Sensitive information about upcoming deals, confidential mergers, and strategic partnerships has somehow made its way into the hands of competitors. When Victor found out, he was furious. Believing that someone inside Victoria's division was responsible, he took swift, decisive action, without even consulting her. But the real kicker? The person behind the leak may be much closer to Victoria than she could ever imagine. As she scrambles to uncover who betrayed the company, suspicions begin to swirl around her inner circle. Could Nate Hastings, the man she once loved and trusted, be the one feeding information to outsiders? Their relationship ended badly, and Victoria's harsh rejection may have left Nate with a bitter taste, and a motive for revenge. Or could it be Claire Grace, her recently reunited daughter, who's unknowingly been manipulated by outside forces to access sensitive files? Ever since Claire's dramatic return and reintegration into the Newman family, Victoria has been walking on emotional eggshells. The bond between mother and daughter has been fragile, filled with both love and lingering tension from the trauma Claire endured under Jordan's influence. If someone is using Claire as a pawn, Victoria could be forced to relive her worst nightmare, watching someone she loves become a weapon against her. As Victoria digs deeper, she uncovers a trail of deceit that leads straight into the heart of Newman Enterprises. Financial discrepancies, encrypted communications, and anonymous transactions all point to a sophisticated scheme designed to weaken the company from within. But the question remains, who's pulling the strings? Some insiders believe that Tucker McCall could be behind the chaos. With his history of corporate espionage and his personal vendetta against the Newmans, Tucker would love nothing more than to watch Victoria fall. He's been quietly gathering information, playing multiple sides, and forming alliances that could give him unprecedented control over the Newman empire. Tucker has always been a master manipulator, and if he can turn Victoria's allies against her, he'll finally have his revenge. Meanwhile, Victor's decision to intervene only adds fuel to the fire. His iron-fisted approach alienates not just Victoria but also Nick and Adam, who each see this as yet another example of their father playing God with their futures. The Newman siblings are once again at odds, and Victoria finds herself isolated, with no one she can truly trust. Even Nicky, who's usually her greatest supporter, begins to question Victoria's recent judgment, especially when rumors emerge about Victoria's impulsive decisions that may have put Newman Enterprises at risk. The emotional toll on Victoria is enormous. The woman who once stood tall in the boardroom, commanding respect with every word, now feels her confidence slipping. Every glance from her colleagues feels like judgment, every whisper like a dagger. But Victoria Newman is no stranger to adversity. Beneath her polished exterior lies a fighter, and if she's been blindsided, she's determined to strike back twice as hard. She begins conducting her own secret investigation, determined to find the mole and clear her name. But as she digs deeper, she stumbles upon something she never expected, a conspiracy that not only targets her but also threatens to destroy the entire Newman family from within. Evidence suggests that the leak may have been orchestrated by a mysterious figure using a shell corporation connected to Newman Media. That discovery leads Victoria straight to Adam Newman's doorstep. Adam, who's been quietly rebuilding his career and attempting to prove his loyalty, becomes the prime suspect in Victoria's eyes. Their rivalry is one of the most intense in Genoa City's history, and Victoria can't shake the feeling that her brother might be exacting revenge for past slights. Adam, however, denies everything, insisting that he's being framed. And for once, he might be telling the truth. As Victoria and Adam clash, their father watches from the shadows, orchestrating his next move like a grandmaster in a high-stakes chess game. Victor thrives on control, but even he may have underestimated how deep this betrayal runs. Because while the Newmans are busy turning on each other, a new player is quietly positioning themselves to take advantage of the chaos, Audra Charles. Audra has been climbing the corporate ladder with cunning precision, aligning herself with powerful men and gathering secrets like ammunition. Now, with Newman Enterprises in disarray, she sees her opportunity. Audra's next move could be the final nail in Victoria's coffin, or the spark that ignites her comeback. As the walls close in, Victoria's emotional vulnerability begins to surface. For the first time in years, she questions not just her career but her identity. Has she become too much like her father, ruthless, controlling, and blind to the needs of those she loves? Or has she simply been betrayed by a system built to protect men like Victor and undermine women like her? Viewers can expect explosive confrontations in the coming weeks. Victoria will go head-to-head with her father in a fiery showdown that could change their relationship forever. In a moment of raw honesty, Victoria might finally call out Victor for his hypocrisy, his manipulation, and his inability to trust her judgment. But Victor, in true fashion, will not back down. He'll remind her that in Genoa City, power is not given, it's taken. And Victoria, faced with the choice between submission and rebellion, will make a decision that shocks everyone. She may walk away from Newman Enterprises altogether, determined to build her own legacy without her father's interference. Or she might play a long game, pretending to bow down while secretly plotting her revenge from within. Whatever path she chooses, one thing is certain, Victoria Newman will not stay down for long. The fire in her eyes, the same spark that made her one of Genoa City's fiercest competitors, will reignite. And when it does, those who blindsided her will wish they hadn't underestimated the Queen of Newman Enterprises. In the end, this storyline isn't just about business or betrayal, it's about survival. It's about a woman reclaiming her power in a world built to control her. Victoria's journey from blindsided to unstoppable will be one of the most gripping arcs The Young and the Restless has seen in years, filled with shocking twists, emotional depth, and corporate warfare that leaves no one unscathed. As the dust settles, the question remains, who truly betrayed Victoria Newman? And when she finds out, will she forgive, or will she burn everything to the ground? One thing's for sure, Genoa City will never be the same after this.